Hi. Let me put this down and take a breath. I am Perez Hilton, the queen of all media, the gossip gangsta, the original influencer. What a day it has been. Obviously, we are talking Justin Timberlake. So much to get to and more. But first, a quick reminder, my fam, I go live on YouTube every weekday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, and I've set up a membership. Nicole Harley is a member. If you want to join, I would greatly appreciate that. Supporting your favorite creators with memberships is so meaningful. Thank you to Ryan Robinson. It is really hard to monetize on YouTube unless you're getting like millions of views a month. Hi, Christy. And I am not getting a lot of views for these lives, but I've got a mighty few who watch. If you enjoy, please consider becoming a member, but it's free for everyone to watch, even if you are not a member. And when the live premiere is over, everybody can comment. Right now, I am turning the premiere to member only. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. And Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. So very kind. Addie and Dylan? What do you mean, Nicole? Hey, Osfly girl. Addie and Dylan? Anyways, all right, let's get right to it with Justin Timberlake. I'm gonna assume you've heard about it by now, but if not, we'll do a recap, and there's so much to discuss. Justin Timberlake was enjoying an off night from his tour Monday night into Tuesday morning. They're like his weekends. Oops. Okay. Oh, hello to your girls. Hi. Okay. So he was in Sag Harbor in New York. Very fancy part there, the Hamptons. He was at this place called, oh, there is no body camera footage yet, Christy. There has been surveillance footage released. Hey, Adam. And actually, we'll look at the surveillance footage. Let's look at the surveillance footage. Okay, gonna get this ready. There's a commercial. We'll watch it in a second. I hate ads. Anyways, blah, bleep, bloop. It was real quick for this to come out, though. Okay. So, Justin Timberlake was with friends in Sag Harbor, New York, at this place called the American Hotel, and he got wasted, according to reports and bystanders and the police. And not just, light drinking, like heavy drinking. The New York Post claims that per somebody there, he got so drunk that at one point, really late into the wee hours, this guy went to the bathroom. And when the guy got back to the American Hotel, Justin Timberlake stole his drink and was drinking his drink. That leads me to believe that he had many cocktails, even though he told the arresting police officer that he just had one martini. He was arrested, and a court date has been scheduled for next month. Actually, I wonder if he's got a show on that day. Justin Timberlake tour. I mean, if he does, he probably can reschedule it. Let's see, the court date. is July 26th, I believe. Let's see here. He does not have a court date then, but he will be in Europe. So, he does have a date on the 26th of July in Poland. Justin Timberlake court date set for, July 26th. It's a virtual appearance, though, so he doesn't need to be there in person. And I'm sure that they could arrange it around his schedule because he has a show in Poland on July the 26th. So Timberlake was drinking heavily, allegedly, according to reports. For some reason, he got into a car and drove away. And his friends didn't stop him. Why? Because he's Justin Timberlake. And his friends don't tell him what to do. And his friends were probably all wasted also. And this probably isn't the first time that Justin Timberlake has driven drunk. Come on. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes right back around. Why did Justin not take a Lyft or an Uber? Nicole asks. Because ego, Casera, ego. Justin Timberlake has gone through his whole life mostly avoiding consequences, avoiding accountability. He's skated through difficult times with his privilege and power. He is very famous, very rich, a man, good looking, and all of those things combined have helped him navigate smoothly what could have sunk or seriously derailed many others. From his role in in Britney Spears to Janet Jackson to being very inappropriate with a co-star in the face of his wife. He's married and actually, I'm sure many of you are thinking, oh, Jessica Biel needs to leave him, or Jessica Biel needs to give him an ultimatum. No, that's not going to happen. Don't you remember back in the day, Justin Timberlake was huge, and Jessica Biel is like the original Hailey Bieber. Jessica Biel was a Justin Timberlake fangirl. She loved Justin Timberlake, the star, and then she got with him. And she is holding on to him. And they've got 2 kids, and they're married. And I would like it if they can make it work. Some people do take their vows very seriously in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad. And this is definitely one of the bad times. So Timberlake was drunk, drinking, got in the car, and a police officer spotted him. And Justin blew through a stop sign. After he blew through the stop sign, had trouble maintaining his lane. Initial reports claimed, actually, that might still be true. That might still be true because we'll look at the video together. Initial reports claimed that he had trouble maintaining in his lane, initial reports claimed that he was going down the opposite lane, like going down the opposite side of the street, which is very severe. But then I saw a later report from the police that he had trouble maintaining his own lane. If it's just a 2-way street, then like I'm seeing in the video, if it's just a 2-way street and he's having trouble maintaining his own lane, he is going down the opposite side, the opposite lane. So Timberlake blew up past the stop sign, had trouble maintaining his lane, possibly going in the other lane. But, it was very early in the morning, Tuesday morning, early today, and there probably wasn't any oncoming traffic, but the police officer spotted him and he refused to take a breathalyzer test repeatedly. According to reports, said no to a breathalyzer 3 times. I don't know what the laws are in the state of New York, but I know that in California, where he has a home, although he's now based out of Tennessee, Timberlake and Jessica Biel moved to Nashville, I think in 2021. In California, if you refuse to take a breathalyzer, that's like an automatic year-long suspension of your driver's license. Let me see if the same is true in New York. What happens if you refuse a breathalyzer in New York State? Oh, interesting. In New York, drivers can refuse a breathalyzer test if they are pulled over and suspected of driving while intoxicated. However, there are potential penalties for refusing, including an administrative law judge at the DMV can revoke your driver's license for 1 year for a first offense or 18 months for repeat offense within 5 years. All right, whatever. It's not as harsh as California. In California, automatic year-long suspension. In New York, where he's from, it can happen, but it's not an automated thing when you refuse the breathalyzer. I also think there might be some states where if you refuse a breathalyzer, they may be able to get a blood test at the police station. I don't know if that's the case in New York, but he did get special treatment. What's interesting is the arresting police officer, according to reports, didn't recognize Justin Timberlake because the arresting police officer was so young. Didn't recognize him, didn't know his name. Justin's 43 years old. He's been doing this since he was a teenager. He's 43 and he should know better. He should know better. I'm not going to cry him a river. He's too old for this mess. If you're going to be drinking, like me, if I know I'm going to be drinking, like even if I only think I'm only going to have one drink, like I'll take a Lyft somewhere. I'll take an Uber somewhere. Because like one drink turns into two, turns into three. I hope so as well, Ryan. So the arresting police officer didn't recognize him. The arresting police officer in his police report claims that Timberlake had bloodshot eyes, reeked of alcohol, and failed multiple field sobriety tests. Let's look at the video that you wanted to see. What's interesting is I viewed this video and it doesn't look that bad. Let's look at the video. So this is just before his arrest. He's going to come up there in an SUV. And he actually seems to be going pretty slow. Probably because he's drunk. The arrest happened shortly after there. Yeah. It's in that video, I didn't see any criminality. I didn't see him swerving in that video. I didn't see him potentially hurting anybody in that video, but let's look at the mugshot. Look at that. This is hours after his arrest, and his eyes are still red. That tells you how drunk he was. And I'm glad he's not smiling in his mugshot, but look at his face. This face tells me that he doesn't regret what happened. The way his lips are pursed, He's angry at what happened. This is anger. He's upset that he was arrested, not upset that he drove and drank, that he drank and drove. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's anger. That's not resentment, I think. I could be wrong, but this mugshot will haunt him for the rest of his life. Although the good news is this all but guarantees an NSYNC reunion for next year. And it gives all those other guys some leverage. Because if you would have asked me a week ago, a month ago, I would have said, Justin's probably going to ask for 50% of all the profits, and he deserves it. But now they've got a lot of bargaining power. Those guys can be like, well, we're only doing it if we all get an equal split. 20% for each of us. There's 5 of them. So yeah, I don't know the exact process, but Timberlake was released pretty early today. He didn't spend that much time behind bars in Sag Harbor. When you're arrested for DUI, don't you have to see a judge? Like, don't you have to go to the court? Or I don't think he did any of that. Like, he got out pretty quick, probably because he's Justin Timberlake. He was accompanied by his lawyer as he was exiting there, doing the walk of shame. Let's see those photos. Here we go. Okay. There we go. That's leaving from the jail. Definitely D. Definitely preferential treatment. There he is with his lawyer. Oh, he did get... So yeah, he did have an arraignment. The Mirrors singer was accompanied by his attorney following his arraignment. Okay. They definitely, expedited that for him. This is interesting. He was released on his own recognizance without bail. Interesting. Released on his own recognizance without bail. All right, we've seen all the photos. Yeah. What happens next? I think he should release a statement. He's probably listening to the advice of his lawyers. They probably want him to say nothing. But listen, he's probably going to just accept a plea deal. It's unlikely he'll get any jail time for a first-time offense. To my knowledge, Justin Timberlake has A, never been arrested before, and B, never been arrested for drunk driving or driving while intoxicated. So it'll probably just be probation, a fine, and a suspension of his driver's license. And how does that work, actually? I wish there was a lawyer watching. Does his driver's license get suspended everywhere or just in the state of New York? He probably has either a California or a Tennessee driver's license. Do those get suspended too, or just his ability to drive in the state of New York where the DWI happened? So because I'm predicting he's going to accept a plea deal, I think it would behoove him to release a statement. And it can be a statement without admitting guilt, which is what his lawyers are probably advising. This is what he should say. It should be something as simple as like, I acknowledge the severity of this situation and I humbly ask for privacy for my wife and children. Children and wife. Put children first. I understand the severity of this situation and I humbly ask for privacy for my children and wife. I think just in New York, but the other states can choose to also suspend the license. That's helpful info, KT32. Yeah. Some will say this is a long time coming for Justin. There are already reports, spin damage control, that he has had a drinking problem for a long time, laying the groundwork for a potential stint in rehab, which a judge would look favorably upon if he did go to rehab. But I don't know if he really could go to rehab in the middle of a tour, right? That'd be very hard. His tour is far from over. There's still many months. His tour doesn't wrap up, I think, until the end of this year, if I remember correctly, or maybe even through the beginning of 25. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's been quite the eventful day for Justin Timberlake. I don't like him, but I don't take pleasure in his misery. I am sad for him. I am sad for his family. And I'm infuriated at what he did. He could have taken a life. And so many people are defending his actions. Women, his fans, so many. Oh, it was a mistake. We're all human. No, that was not a mistake. It was a choice. Would you tell that to the family of somebody who lost a loved one to a drunk driver? No. All right, let's keep it moving because there are other things to talk about. All right. Some Nepo babies in his house. Kevin Costner has a new multi-part film coming out, with the first part being released this year. It's called Horizon, an American saga, and it's an epic Western. Very specific niche genre, Westerns. Can Kevin Costner make a Western cool? Well, we will find out. And he's cast his 15-year-old son, Hayes, in the movie. And some people have been triggered and upset about this. Ooh, Nepo baby, Nepo, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, Kevin Costner self-financed this movie to the tune of over $38 million. He self-financed it. Tens of millions of dollars. He can cast his son. He can cast his ex-wife. He can cast the gardener, the nanny, the assistant, the pool guy or gal. He can put whoever the hell he wants in this movie. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Okay. I did not talk about this in any video. This is the first time I'm discussing this. I want to be delicate because a child is involved. And actually, it's got nothing to do with the child. It's all about the parents. I don't know if you heard, but Kim Kardashian threw a very lavish birthday party for her daughter, North, who just turned 11. How did they celebrate? Kim flew 10 of North's friends to New York City and had an entire weekend of activities planned, including hitting up Serendipity 3, the famed eatery where they make those, really fancy milkshakes. And it's like a big popular tourist spot in New York, Serendipity. They also went to the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, where they have indoor ice sledding, and they have an indoor water theme park, and they have, a ton of stores, and they have an indoor water park where they actually, did that too. I don't believe that Kim flew all the parents out. I don't care if we're friends. I am not letting my child fly to another city without me. I will happily pay my own way. I'm not asking for a free ride, but I'm not letting my child go cross country or to any other city, even if it's just an hour away by car. I'm not letting my child go with you. Is it just me? Like, I get it. Some of these parents are like, wow, it's such a cool, special opportunity for my kid. Yeah, no. Especially a celebrity child. Like, I could be friends with a celebrity, but I don't know what they're going to getting up to. I don't know what bad influence could be happening. No, it's not happening. No. No. But happy birthday. Happy birthday to North. All right, an update on a story we spoke about yesterday. It gets worse. I told you all yesterday that it's rumored that Katy Perry is working with Dr. Luke on her comeback single. And some Kesha fans are very upset about that, but I don't know. I don't think the masses will care, to be honest. The masses don't really pay attention to what producer works on a song. Like, do the masses know that Jack Antonoff produced Sabrina Carpenter's new single, Please, 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 Don't Prove I'm Right. And please, 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 don't bring me to tears because I just did my makeup so nice. I don't think the masses know that, nor do they care. The masses just want hits. And also, like, I don't even, like, the masses have moved on from Katy Perry for the most part. You know, like, it'll be really hard for this to be a hit, but hopefully it was. I was really excited. I was really hype. And now we found out this song of Katy Perry's is an Ava Max reject. Ava Max, I love Ava Max, by the way. She previously worked with Dr. Luke on this song, and it didn't make it onto her album because she didn't think it was good enough. So it wasn't good enough for Ava Max, and now Katy Perry is making it the lead single off her upcoming album. Katy changed some lyrics and tweaked it a bit to get a songwriting credit. Ava Max is also still credited on the song. And I agree with, I think, who was it? Os Fly Girl. I didn't like the snippet. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong, but it's not looking very promising for Katy Perry. All right, some exciting news. Celine Dion has confirmed that she's coming back to Vegas. Yay! Last night, Celine had the premiere of her new Amazon documentary, and on the red carpet, she was asked or told, I forget what the exact wording was, but like, I heard I'll see you in Vegas. She's like, yes, you will. You heard correctly. So I'm excited. The details have not been officially released, but it is rumored that Celine will be at Resorts World, the same theater where Katy Perry was, later this year, at the end of 2024. Yay! Also, over the weekend, Angelina Jolie was at the Tony Awards, and she debuted a new tattoo on her chest of a swallow bird. Angelina Jolie swallows. Okay, I had to. The swallow is meaningful because it is a bird which has come to symbolize loyalty due to their migration patterns, bringing them back to San Juan Capistrano every year like clockwork. Maybe she did it for her kids. Oh, and that's a wrap. Today was extra juicy. Actually, I'm going to be on TV tonight. If any of you are bored, I'm going to be obviously talking Justin Timberlake on News Nation this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. So in less than an hour, if you want more Perez, catch me on News Nation. If not, I hope to see you all tomorrow. I go live on YouTube every weekday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Please become a member. Please, if you can, maybe in the future. If not, as soon as the premiere is over, everybody can comment, everybody can like, everybody can share. Follow if you're not yet subscribed. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.